Welcome to the Ninjago pilots and season 1 overanalyzed recap. I'm gonna do this recap in the form of 3 tier lists: an episode tier list, a season tier list, and a characters tier list. Not much to say. This video is gonna be fairly unedited, so if you have any suggestions on how I can make this better, put it in the comments. If you think I should edit it, I don't know. Whatever. Just put it there if you have anything to say at all. Okay, I think we should just get right into it, right? So, first is, the pilots are obviously in 4 episodes, even though I did them in 2, so we're just going to treat them as if they're 1 episode, right? First is Way of the Ninja. Way of the Ninja, it's a pretty good episode. It's a very good episode. It's A tier. It does a really good job of introducing the world. It introduces the struggle between Garmadon and Wu. It introduces Wu's mission with the ninja and stuff. Introduces the ninja. Introduces everything. It's really good. And it does a good job at it. That's like the main reason I put it in A tier, right? And the stuff between Cole and Kai is really good. Like their constant tension. It's just really well done. It's also pretty much the only highlight Cole gets throughout this entire kind of 15 episodes. Sequence, so I like that for that too, because Cole honestly needs some love. Okay, King of Shadows, B tier. Really not much to say. It's kind of like Way of the Ninja. They're both very fast paced, right? Because it's a whole story in 2 episodes instead of 13 for the season 1. First half, I just if I could change this, I probably would do something like that. I don't know, but we're just gonna leave them as 1 episode, because why are we? It doesn't make any sense to split it in half. The first half is not as good as the second half. I do like how Garmadon goes through the portal, disappears, promises to come back, all this stuff. In general, in the first 2, the pilot episodes, I do just like Garmadon a lot. He's really good. Just King of Shadows is not as good, even though it's named after Garmadon, but whatever. Okay, next is these mini movies. I didn't review them. If you want me to, I guess tell me, but not much to do. I would probably it'd be an extra thing, but let's just skip it for now. Rise of the Snakes. Rise of the Snakes. Rise of the Snakes is everything that I'm happy Way of the Ninja is not. It's a bad introduction to the show. There's kind of 2 introductions, and there has to be, because the pilot episodes were not available until recently, and Rise of the Snakes is not the good one. And it's the one everyone sees, which is really unfortunate. There's just the stuff with the Serpentine, which could be way better. All of it's just it's honestly hard to watch compared to everything else. So yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Home is an amazing episode. Home is such a good episode. It focuses on Zane. It focuses on his belonging in the group. It's just super good, and it kind of introduces Zane's characters, because he's fully ignored throughout the pilots. Fully ignored. He has a few speaking lines, and that's about it. There's really nothing. What is that? Okay, I don't know. Just went away when I hit my computer. That's kind of weird. Snakebit. Okay. Snakebit is probably here. Yeah, it just suffers from the biggest problem, I think, in the season is really just they put Lego sets where they shouldn't be. The Fang Powers suck. Really bad. Their entire point is just make Lego sets for the Serpentine. That's it. I really don't like the Fang Power, and this is the episode they're introduced in. Jay's story in it is not bad. I do like Ed and Edna a lot, but it suffers so much from just being the Fang Power bites something, it becomes a Lego set. Yeah, and that's the entire episode. And it's just not that good. Okay, Never Trust a Snake. Never Trust a Snake is really good. I actually do mention in one of the episodes, I don't remember which one I say this, but they're alternating in how good they are. And Snakebit's Rise of Snake, then Home, then Snakebit, then Never Trust a Snake. The even numbers for some reason are better, and Never Trust a Snake does follow that pattern. It's where Pythor's introduced. Need I say more? Pythor's a great villain. Lloyd in this episode's really good. Yeah. The only thing I can say bad about this episode really is maybe just that it's kind of dull on like actual like action, but I also think that's like the weakest part of every other episode, so I don't really know what I'm saying. There's really not much bad to say about that episode. It's pretty good. And Pythor's just a great villain, so benefits from that a ton. Can of Worms is another not that Can of Worms goes there, I think. Not much happens at Can of Worms. It's kind of your typical middle of the pack episode. I mean, obviously, like, the pink ninja kind of stuff is iconic, but, like, not much is happening. Like I really don't know what else to say. Like, they go to Ninjago City. We see Ninjago City for the first time. And that's about it. Like, yeah. Okay. And Lloyd acts, like, kind of out of character. It's just weird. Okay. The Snake King. The Snake King is better than Can of Worms, maybe. They're very similar. I think the Snake King could be good if it didn't suffer from the problem that there's no goal, right, throughout the episode. It's between the arc of, like, the Serpentine being released arc and the Fang, Blade, and, like, Ninja True Potential arc, where the ninja are just kind of doing nothing, right? And so this episode suffers a lot from they're not doing anything. Like, at least in Can of Worms, they're trying to stop Pythor from releasing the tribes. But in the Snake King, they're all released, and the ninja are kind of maybe trying to, like, I mean, they're really, what they're trying to do is find the identity of the samurai, because that would make them the Green Ninja. But I don't really like that goal that much. So, yeah. I mean, if it was, like, I feel like if it was placed differently, this episode could be better, but it's just in a weird middle spot. Okay, TikTok. Like, up to amazing episode. I don't think it's as good as Home, and I think Home benefits a lot from the fact that when we watch it, we don't know a lot about Zane, and what we see, kind of the first part of Zane, is just that he's weird and kind of wacky, and then the ninja accept him for it, right? And then that's, like, super cool in Home. In TikTok, we don't get that benefit of, like, it's the first time we see anything from Zane, right? So maybe I'm, like, biased, I don't know, because of that. But TikTok is still a really good episode. We see Zane's background, him being a robot, like, so important to the story, and it's such a good episode, which is such a good balance that they hit with that one. And, like, I mean, it's just, like, a really good origin story. Like, he's a robot who was built by Dr. Julian. Like, it's very compelling. Once Bitten, Twice Shy, I think it's also this A tier. I think there are a lot of A tier episodes in the season, because I think overall it's a pretty good season. And one of them is Once Bitten, Twice Shy. I mean, I just think it's a good episode. I cannot line. Jay's story with Nia. I mean, I'm not the most into Jay and Nia's relationship, but obviously it's an important part of the show, so we can't discount that it kind of starts. I mean, it doesn't fully start, because obviously they mention, like, some tension or whatever in the pilots and stuff, but it kind of starts here in Once Bitten, Twice Shy. So that's kind of cool. I think some of it doesn't really make that much sense, where Jay's, like, not involved with the ninja, is more involved in Nia, and, like, he just doesn't seem to care at all about, like, the problem at hand, which is the fact that they're gonna get the Fang blades and stuff. Like, he just doesn't seem to care that much, which is, like, the main issue with it. Like, I just don't understand that. He's so tunnel visioned for some reason in this episode, which doesn't track for the rest of the episodes, and that's, like, the reason maybe I put it lower in A tier, but I think overall it's pretty good. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, the Royal Blacksmiths, I think, is better. They're very similar, I think, in ranking, but they're fairly different episodes and with different issues. I wish, and I say this in the video, I wish the Royal Blacksmiths focused more on Cole's relationship with his father. Like, I think we just don't see that much of that. Or we do see a lot of it, but I think that should have been more of a focus on the episode than it was. More than them just practicing for this show. Like, I don't care about this talent show. I really don't know. Like, that was not the part of the episode I cared about. Although I did like the Serpentine singing. That's always funny. The Green Ninja. Yeah, I mean, the Green Ninja is really good. Kai being like, yeah, I think that's good. I think Kai just, like, realizing that he is not the Green Ninja is a really important moment in this show. And it's a really well done moment, too. Like, Kai, like, he genuinely has done everything up to this point to be the Green Ninja. And his moment of realization is just, like, it's so important for him as a character. It's so important as a whole that he's fully let go of this vision of being the Green Ninja. And I mean, yeah, and the conflict with Garmadon and stuff. Like I say during the episode that like Garmadon's fully egging him on, but at the same time, like it's part of Kai's character, right? That he's like this impulsive guy, right? And that's how it's been up until now. And this Green Ninja kind of changes that. And I think that's really good. Okay. So yeah, now that's kind of the end of like the true potential kind of stuff, where all the ninja now have their true potentials. We get to like the last 3 episodes, and unfortunately, All of Nothing is not very good. All of Nothing is, as it would say in the title, nothing happens. Genuinely nothing happens. They get trapped by the Serpentine, they get the Fang Blades, they lose the Fang Blades. Like no progress is made. Like the action is like kind of bad. They bring the skeleton army for no reason. Like the only redeemable quality, and actually that might convince me to bring it up to B tier. I think it is high C tier at the very least. The only thing is the conversation between Lloyd and his father, where his father like expresses to Lloyd that not only does he not want Lloyd to be evil, he doesn't even want himself to be evil, and it's like kind of a curse on him. And I maybe you could see me bringing it up to B, but there's so much in that episode, it's just nothing, and it's just that conversation. That conversation, like, is the only redeeming quality of this episode. Okay, Rise of the Great Devourer. I mean, it's multiple conversations, you know what I mean? Rise of the Great Devourer, probably worse than All of Nothing, I can't lie. It's all this bad fight scene on the snake bus. That's literally the entire episode, until the end where they release the Great Devourer, which is good. I like when they release Great Devourer. I like the stuff with Wu and Pythor, kind of. It's just not, it's honestly, that's the only redeeming quality of this episode, and it's worse than the only redeeming quality of this one. So, you know, we gotta rank them proportionally. Day of the Great Devourer. There we go. Thank God that the finale was good. The final episode, so I was gonna say. Yeah, thank God it was good. I think here's probably appropriate. It's not the best episode in the season. It doesn't need to be though. It is probably one of the only good fight scenes in the season. They lose the Destiny's Bounty. It's really emotional. They're at a low point, and then they go through this arc where Kai is actually leading the team to defeat the Great Devourer. And they don't actually defeat the Great Devourer, of course. Garmadon does, and it's like this vengeance thing. And I say it all during the episode. I think that was a really good decision. Now, I mean, like obviously, this is a very top-heavy season in terms of like there's a lot of A, B, and C. You know, I mean, yeah, like. There's a lot of good episodes, but some of these episodes are pretty bad. So, I don't know. Okay, now we're going to do the seasons, and it's obviously only 2 seasons. The pilots and the season 1, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a, like we're going to add on to this as we finish the other seasons, obviously. So, let's just start. It's only gonna be 2, so it's gonna be quick. The pilots, I think, are A tier. Honestly, it's 2 good episodes. That's all there is to say about it. Like, it's just 2 good episodes. Garmadon's a good villain. Samuel Kai's there. The ninja are introduced. Kai is really good, and he's obviously he's the main character of the pilots. I mean, his face is right there, but season 1 doesn't really have as much of a main character focus kind of thing. But Kai is definitely the main character, and he's a good main character for the pilots. Yeah. Okay, and then I think season 1 is in B tier. I did say that the episodes were top heavy, like there were a lot of A tier episodes, but in general, I think the story is B tier. This is all subject to change, by the way. Maybe when I bring these in, I decide these seasons are higher. I don't know, but for now, I'm putting it in B tier. I mean, yeah, okay. If we think about like the episodes in season, Zane, Kai, I like how all of them get focus in this season. I mean, Cole kind of gets put aside, but he has a whole episode to himself, so put to the side is only relative, right? And, like, yeah, like, this season is obviously much longer paced than the pilots, and it benefits a lot from that. I think the story's really good. Pythor's a really good villain. Garmadon's also in this season, so he's a really good villain. Both of these are good. I just think the pilots do more with what they have. That's like the only reason I put them above. Okay, now we're gonna do the characters in season 1. There's a lot, so let's just start. the images are from like random seasons, so I'll just try to say who they are because some of them look a lot different. But if I forget, like, I don't know. If I forget, I don't know what to do. Just cry. Okay, Wu. Wu's a pretty good character. I think I'm gonna put Wu in B tier. I mean, nothing really crazy about Wu. He says a lot of silly things in the pilots. I don't think I should bring him down too much for that. But usually he's like the wise character, right? That's like his archetype. And he's like, he's there. He's kind of bringing the plot forward a little bit. Like a lot of the time, actually, he's bringing the plot forward. But at the same time, he doesn't have that much character. He's just kind of mysterious, which is a character, but I don't think it's a very good one. Okay. Or it's not like a particularly good one to be A or S. Like Kai, who does have a very obvious character, he is very focused on character in this season, and of course, that means, like, he's going to be up there. Like, they did a lot to flesh out his character, so his character's going to be better. I really don't know what to say about that. I mean, actually, that's not always true, but in Kai's case, it is. He's very rambunctious in this season, or 2 seasons, and he's like, that's like a really interesting part of his character. And then after the Green Ninja, he becomes like this leader, and I think that part of the finale is really well done. Okay, J is B. J does not get a lot of like focus in the pilots at all, pretty much. And in season 1, he gets 2 episodes, admittedly, but I mean they're good. They're good episodes. Well, Snake Pit's not that good, but Once Bitten Twice Shy is pretty good. But other than that, like, he's just kind of, his character's not like that good. And I do think it gets better later. So this is only for season 1, to be clear. This is also like the season tier list. I'm gonna add all the characters at some point, and I will move these around when like things happen, like their characters shift and stuff. But I think in season 1, Jay's B tier, probably below Wu, to be honest. But that's not bad at all. Okay, Zane might be S tier in season 1. I can't even lie. They do 2 episodes like Jay, but the episodes are Home and TikTok. Literally the 2 best episodes in the season to flesh out Zane's character, his background. Like, his entire personality is like, he's kind of different, and he's a robot. I mean, we don't know he's a robot at the beginning, but he's different, right? And he does a lot to, like, feel included in the team, and I think, like, there's no out-of-character moments for Zane. Actually, that's definitely not true. But when focused on, Zane always has very in-character moments, and it's always like really good and well done. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but you know what I mean. Cole is similar to Jay. I mean, he does have 1 episode as well, and it is a better episode, I think. The Royal Blacksmiths is than Jay's episode, but I think in general, also Cole is focused on the pilots, but also I think in general, Cole's character is just better than Jay's in season 1 of the pilots. I mean, Cole is the team leader until Kai takes that over, and he's like the I don't know, he's just kind of there, and Jay's kind of just making jokes all the time, and I feel like this unseriousness is sometimes good, and sometimes they don't use it the best, and it kind of backfires on some of the scenes. Okay, this is Nia. It's kind of hard to tell, but Nia also doesn't really get that much focus. She's mainly the Samurai X in season 1. In the pilots, she's like basically not there. But in season 1, she's Samurai X. And, I mean, like, yeah. Samurai X is a good character. Like, it's a good mystery, kind of. I wish they dragged it out a little longer, but whatever. I don't know what else to say. Nia's just kind of there for a lot of it. And she's also just kind of the girl, which is, like, kind of weird, so... Not that girls are weird. That's not what I said. I meant, like, it's weird that her entire character is that she's a girl. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being misinterpreted. Okay, Garmadon. Garmadon is probably higher than Zane. Garmadon is really good. All of his scenes are really good. With Lloyd, with the ninja, with Kai. In the pilots, he's really good. He's very, like, mysterious and very scary and all of these things that a villain needs to be, right? And then we get his backstory and how he was wronged and about the Great Devourer, and I love that, like, he doesn't want to be evil, really, but it's kind of forced upon him. It's really good. It's really well done. I think Garmadon is maybe one of the best characters in this entire show. Definitely. One second, let me just make sure. Yeah, I think the best character in this entire season. I really don't see anyone passing that. Like, there's nothing bad to say about Garmadon as a character. As a person, plethora, but, that's the point. Samukai. Samukai, never does anything. He just never does anything. I mean, he explodes. I mean, yeah, that's about it. Gotta go D tier for Samukai, I can't lie. Maybe C. He is kind of important, and the fact that he steals Neo. Okay, I think that bumps him up to C. Stealing a woman. Okay, and then I think you know where I'm putting Knuckle and Crunch. You know what? No, actually, no. No, that's not. Yeah. I think it would be too cruel to put anyone in the same category as Knuckle and Cruncher, so therefore we must put them in their own category. Yeah, like we cannot. I think it'd be very disrespectful to anyone if we put them in the same category as Knuckle and Cruncher, so we must put them in their own category. Okay. And then I don't really know who these guys are. This is like Bonzo or something. I don't know. D tier. They're just kind of skeletons. I don't even know how many speaking lines these guys have. I really couldn't tell you. Possibly none. Okay, Lloyd. Finally, these characters that matter. Lloyd is pretty good. Definitely focused on more towards the end, and he's kind of not in a few episodes because he's just like captured, but that's fine. He's not in the pilots at all, actually, so we're just focusing on season 1, I guess. He's a very important character. He's the Green Ninja. Like, the entire season builds up to that reveal that Lloyd is the Green Ninja, and Lloyd being Garmadon's son adds a lot of complexity to that, where you're, like, the prophecy, I mean, it doesn't actually, but you know what I mean. It says that he has to fight Garmadon, and, like, this adds a lot of complexity to his character, all that. Yeah, and then at the beginning, even, like, I like a lot of the stuff where, like, it's showing that Lloyd is just trying to be his father. He's not actually evil, he's just trying to imitate his father, and then he realizes that he doesn't need to imitate his father, Wu is there for him, or whatever. The Falcon! I don't even know if I count the Falcon as a character. I don't know. I mean, I like the Falcon. Okay, you know what? I can't put in C. I was going to put C because, like, not a character. But I do like the Falcon. Sure. I like the Falcon. I don't know what to say about the Falcon. Doesn't talk. I like the Falcon. Okay, who is this? I don't. Okay, what am I supposed to do with this? That's not what I meant to do. Like, who? I genuinely, I don't know. Who is this? Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, Ed and Edna. Why are they not next to each other? Whatever. Ed and Edna are basically one character. One bipolar character. In my mind. So, I mean, yeah, they're good characters. They're just not very focused on. And that's fine. Like, I don't think a character needs to be focused on to be good. They're just very good. They're very good. They're funny. They do care about Jay, and we do see that a lot. Like, they're good characters. They're good characters, all in all. There's nothing bad about Ed and Edna. Maybe, like, when they turn into Serpentine. Like, I just don't like that episode. Actually, there's nothing even wrong with that part. I just don't like that episode really that much. So, yeah, I mean, maybe even, like, A tier. I think so. Yeah. Fair enough. This is, like, one character, though, like, to be clear. Okay, this is, Lou, Cole's dad. I don't think they ever call him Lou. I didn't mean to put him there. Okay, like B tier. I mean, Cole's conversations with his father are all good. I just wish there was more, and therefore Cole's dad kind of goes down there. We don't see him for some reason in the final episode, even though we see Ed and Edna. Like, I just don't understand why we don't see him. We see this announcer guy, but we don't see Cole's dad, even though the Royal Blacksmiths are performing. Like, that's weird. I wish we did see him. Maybe that would bring him up, but B for now. Okay, the announcer. I don't even know, really. He doesn't really constitute a character. He says, like, only a few things, but We'll put him C, like middle of the road. I don't really care for him. Yeah, sure. The bus driver's the same way, I think. Who cares? Who cares about the bus driver? I don't, particularly. Actually, he goes probably way lower. Like D tier, actually. Why I put him there? D tier, because, like, not only do I not care about the bus driver, the fact that the bus driver exists implies that there's a bus, implies that there's a Day of the Great Devourer, Rise of the Great Devourer, implies that I'm sad. So, the D tier. This is the Mud Monster, and that's what they're called. Garmadon calls them Mud Monsters. I don't actually remember if I mentioned that in the episode, but I think I did actually laugh when he called them Mud Monsters. He was like, Mud Monsters, attack, or whatever, converge, or something. And I do think that's funny. So you get C tier for that. Like, you're not a character, so I don't really care. Craglings! They actually do create kind of this fight scene where Wu is saved by Garmadon, so that's kind of important. So I feel obligated to put them higher than, well, maybe not higher than Samukai. Okay, these are pretty close, I think. But, you know, higher up in C tier than the Mud Monsters anyway. Even though they make me laugh. Okay, Pythor. We're in the Serpentine now. Pythor is... I think Pythor goes there. Pythor is A tier. Pythor's a good villain. He's a bad villain, of course, but he's a good at being a villain. And, I mean, he's just really good. Like, conniving, evil, all the things. He completely exploits Lloyd, which is, you know, a bad thing that he did, but good for cinema. Why is his head covered? I feel like we should be able to see his head. Whatever, doesn't matter. This is Scales. Scales is good also. Scales is similar to Pythor, but I think lower. Am I putting him below Ed and Edna or above Ed and Edna? The only reason I would say Scales is lower is because, like, the stuff where Scales... Well, Scales in the pilots... Sorry, not the pilots. Scales in Rise of the Snakes is just, like, not that good, specifically in that episode. And Pythor's not even in that episode. So, yeah, I mean, but Scales' ambition is good. I don't understand why Scales follows Pythor. I think that could have been there could have been made a better reason for that, but, you know, I think he follows Pythor blindly for basically no reason. Like, it doesn't really make that much sense. But other than that, we can say Scales is a fairly good character. I'm just confused, above or below Ed and Edna? I think below. I think it takes a lot to be above Ed and Edna, and Pythor does make it, but Scales does not. Okay, Acidosis is just irrelevant. Like, what do I even say about Acidosis? There's nothing even to say about Acidosis. I don't know. Okay, Phantom goes in D. Do I put that, like, what do I do with this? Like, I think like he's honestly more relevant than the Mud Monsters. No, he's not. He's honestly more relevant than this guy. Fine. And then Phantom. We got Phantom too. I just don't like the Fangpire. I think, yeah, bottom of D. Because I just don't like the Fangpire. I mean, that's just the crux of the problem, right? They're bite things and make Lego sets, and it just is annoying. And then these Constrictor are equally as irrelevant as Acidosis. I can never remember this guy's name, though. And then this is Slithra, I believe. Yeah, Slithra's bottom of D, possibly F, honestly. I think I'm putting it in F. Slithra's the entire reason that Lloyd controls the Serpentine for Rise of the Snakes, which is the entire reason I don't like Rise of the Snakes. And probably the worst part about Home. Even though I like Home. So, like, what is Slithra doing? I don't know. I don't like Slithra. The last character is seemingly the Serpentine. I'm not going to rank the Serpentine on the list of characters. I do like the Serpentine. I'll talk about the Serpentine, but I'm not going to rank them. The Serpentine are good villains overall. Like, Pythor is really good. Scales is really good. In general, they're, like, mysterious that they've been in these tombs for who knows how long. And, yeah, I mean, in general, just, like, they're good.